Hello, everybody. I am Jeremy, and I want to continue on our conversations around AI and kind of what's the deal with AI. Aaron has already done a couple of other really good videos about kind of just what is AI right now and what it looks like when it starts doing all the work for us. And today, I want to take a moment and talk about how to spot AI, especially on our social media feeds. And it's now in our movies and in our video games. And it's almost feels un. It feels like it's everywhere, but also it's really hard to spot sometimes. So I want to take a second and just kind of go over that. So when I was younger, when I was a kid, there was this amazing commercial on TV, and you guys may have seen it as well. It was the North American house hippo, uh, and it looked so real. And it was this like little nature documentary that went around showing this hippo around an average Canadian household as it scavenged for peanut butter and made nests in like lost socks and so on and so forth. Um, and it ended with this phrase that has stuck with me ever since. That looked really real, didn't it? But you knew it couldn't be true. And basically, it encouraged us to ask questions of the media that we consume. And as we are, progressing through, this new age of this new way of media creation, and sometimes it can be hard to spot for a variety of different reasons, and it could be hidden for a variety of different reasons. I want to take just a little bit of time to encourage us once again to stop and think about the media that we're seeing, especially when it creates an emotional response on us, because often we don't stop and think when we just see something and then we react to it. We have seen, just our friends and our colleagues doing it, to leaders of countries reposting fake artificial intelligence stuff. And I've seen it on the news and it gets debunked. And, they're like, sorry for showing that. Or like when they get caught, they justify, misleading the people sometimes. So it's good to have, our critical thinking hats on when we're engaging with any sort of media now. And it is kind of crazy because that house hippo video was about 25 years ago and it still looks good today. But that was with technology, 25 years ago. And it probably took a really big team to do it. But now there's a bunch of free apps and I can just create something out of the blue with something like Sora 2, where I can put myself into all crazy scenarios. And if you gave me permission, I could put you in all kind of crazy scenarios. But that's because that one has some safeguards. There's some other apps that don't have the same kind of safeguards. And they can put all sorts of people into all sorts of different things. And there's all sorts of different ways that AI can be used, from deep fakes to just completely fabricating it out of thin air. So we need to really be vigilant in this. I'll give you about 10 tips and tricks on ways to check if things are AI. Number one, one of the first things that you're going to notice is there a watermark anywhere? Like I just mentioned, Sora 2, it has this watermark that bounces around everywhere. Gemini has like a little diamond in the corner. Just look for watermarks. That's probably going to be one of the very first giveaways. Tip number 2 is, does it seem unrealistic? Like, is someone going to have a bear attack a bus and then cuddle with it afterwards? Chances are it's not. Chances are that will likely be AI. There's one that I created, and I wasn't doing it to try to trick people. I just thought it was a funny concept, and I thought it was going to be really obvious, and I left the watermark on there. But people were like, and they got into fights on whether or not it was AI. And I was like, my cat is not going to be riding a grizzly bear, guys. This was supposed to be funny. I thought it was AI. So look for those watermarks and be like, does this look like too good to be real? The third thing would be the face and eye movement. AI has a really hard time keeping track of where the eyes are looking. And like sometimes I'm looking right at the camera, sometimes I'm looking at myself in the video display. but AI can be all over the place, and like it just doesn't match up, and sometimes the eyes and the lips just don't match what's happening on screen. The fourth thing would be fingers. AI hates keeping track of fingers. It's most AI models still struggle with this. It has improved a ton in even the last few months. It has improved a ton. But keep track of the fingers. Is there always going to be 5 fingers on a hand? Because often it gets like 5 or 6, or it reduces down to like 3 or 4. So like keeping an eye on the fingers is usually a good tell. One of the fifth thing would be looking at text. A lot of these artificial intelligence things really struggle with text. There is a new one that just got released after I wrote the script for this, and I'm going to include it now. There's a new Nano Banana AI image generator and video generator, and it does really good with text, but there's still like oddities. So I made this Jurassic Park Christmas card, and it tried to do a pun to say like roar a holidays or something, and it didn't spell it right, but the letters all look good. But most of the time the letters are gibberish and they vaguely look like words. So look at text and stuff as well. The sixth thing would be the video and audio sync. One of the big issues with like Sora 2, for example, is if there's two people doing something, one person will talk and then it cuts to the other person, that same person's still talking for them. So like the audio sync is off, or they'll start talking out loud and then it like kind of fades and their mouth stops moving. But then they still start talking and you can hear the difference, right? When I'm not moving my lips all that well. So audio sync issues is a really big thing. And with the progression as things get bigger and better and better and better, the seventh thing, and this is probably going to be one of the more time consuming things, but it's also one of the biggest tells, is the background consistency. So say it's a video of someone out in a park. Are they popping in and out of the tree line? Like, do they just magically appear or disappear when they go past something in the background? Do things continue moving from left to right as they should? So look for like consistency in motion, specifically in the background. That is a big one. The eighth thing that I'd say to look out for is things staying in the same texture. A lot of times textures will become fuzzy or clear and fuzzy and clear and fuzzy and clear. So look for like odd texture differences in things. The ninth thing to look out for, I would say, is the time of a clip. Most AI videos are limited to 5 to 10 seconds. And after that, the AI models just can't handle that at the moment. But where it is right now is probably the worst it'll be going forward. It will only get better from here. So, just keeping that in mind. And the last thing, the 10th thing, is if you're watching it and it feels like it's wrong, trust your gut. Don't press share. Don't press like. Don't repost it if you feel like it can be manipulative in any way. Trust your gut. So that's my list of 10 things to look out for to help spot AI. This is the third video in a series that Aaron and myself are doing. So if you haven't seen the other ones yet, please check those out. And if you have any other tips and tricks, please let me know. And maybe we can pass that forward. We're going to do a few other things as we explore youth culture and the things impacting the youth in our communities, in our context here in Highlands. But for now, have a fantastic day. God bless. Bye.